Good morning. Thought I'd talk to you today, hopefully before the rain comes in, about headaches and migraines. This is because 20 years ago I was in a radio studio for the BBC in central London, and it was a link up with the whole of the UK, and so I was talking to people who were phoning into local radio stations and hopefully giving them some advice. Now that was the whole topic of that, was all about headaches and migraines. At that stage, people really didn't think that physiotherapists had anything to do with headaches and migraines, and certainly couldn't treat them. So I was talking about how we used to treat them with various things like manual therapy, electrotherapies, all sorts of things that we could do vaguely successfully, but not really when I think about it. So here we are 20 years later, and the whole situation has changed, and that's changed because of the work of a guy called Dean Watson, who is a physiotherapist in Australia, who spent more than 20 years now treating and developing a system of examination, and all his research, his PhD research, everything else, which has in fact revolutionised how we look at headaches and migraines. Now I say the way we look at headaches and migraines, I am actually talking about physiotherapists. There is still a medical model that considers that most headaches and migraines are caused by a chemical imbalance within the brain. Very simple argument to that says, where does that chemical imbalance go when you don't have a headache? But to get back to the real stuff, Dean has developed this system and proven that more than 90% is in fact coming from the top 3 vertebrae of the neck. Now this is a biomechanical problem, an issue with the joints of the neck, the top 3 vertebrae of the neck, that cause sensitization of the actual brain stem itself. And what Dean's PhD research has shown is that his techniques will desensitize that brainstem, and in the majority of cases hopefully resolve the headaches, migraines completely. Now we're not looking at maintenance, we're looking at the possibility of cures here. Now the biggest issue of course is that it is physiotherapists and similar professions who are in a position to be able to use these techniques under Dean's training and guidance, and they will get the results. The doctors unfortunately will not, because they are not trained in manual therapy. So we are still in the situation some 20 years later where people are reluctant to think of physiotherapists, if they think of them at all, for the treatment of headaches and migraines, and yet there is the potential, the possibility that it would be, or will prove to be, the most successful way of treating headaches and migraines. Not forgetting that migraines are in the top 20 disabilities in the world as per the World Health Organization. It is a serious, serious problem, and I do not know how some of our patients actually have survived. I really don't. With the level of headache, disability, interruption to life, everything else, it is a horrendous thing and needs to be dealt with. All 4 of our physiotherapists here, we have all trained under Dean. We've all done his level 1, level 2 courses, so I would suggest go to his website, which is watsonheadache.com. Have a look. It's a very big site, it's got a lot of information there, and make up your own mind. Thank you, and it still hasn't rained.